In this episode we race motorcycles versus cars, and what we realized is that 600cc bikes and things like that, you leave them quite easily, but when you have liter bikes and upwards, you really need a very fast car to be able to win against them. We even had Lamborghini Gallardos tuned up to 1,500 horsepower and upwards, and some of them still had some problems to leaving some turbo bikes. And also stock bikes like the BMW S1000RR is a really fast stock car. It's like hypercar performance, really, up to 300.
Gustav Super Races shows you the world's fastest cars put against each other in adrenaline-filled drag races. Gustav runs a successful YouTube channel with soon over 200 million views and a great reputation within the world of racing. In this show, he will present the best races he's ever organized, with rare supercars from Bugatti, Koenigsegg, Ferrari, and other top brands. These races share a unique look at the raw performance of the world's fastest cars.
So at sometimes we want to try a bike versus a car, but it's also very dependent on how good the driver is of the bike, because it's very difficult to go all out of the modern super sport bikes. We have a Kawasaki here. The driver might not doing like 100% of the bike, so the performance is probably better than it shows, but still you can see that if you have a regular car it will be very difficult to keep up.
Jag trodde faktiskt han skulle dra mycket mer än vad han gjorde.
Here we have a Mercedes SLS AMG, the Galving version, but we also have a supercharger on this Mercedes which adds several hundreds of horsepower. So this SLS AMG have 730 horsepower. We race it against the BMW S1000RR, BMW's top model of the super sport bikes. It has a limited top speed of 300 kilometers per hour, and the rider of this S1000RR can really go 100%. He's a former road racer in superbikes, so he really maxes this bike out. See the huge difference despite 730 horsepower.
Det är bara att köra rakt upp där sen.
Ja, precis. Så drar vi från 60 ungefär.
Ska jag köra den här filen då?
Ja, precis. Jag har en liten snäv kurva här precis bredvid gräshörnet. Så du vet. Men vi drar från 60 i alla fall.
Är det med konan? Vad är det?
Ja.
Är det 60?
Ja, 60. Och så vid sista konan så drar vi.
In this race we just wanted to pit the Ferrari 458 Italia versus a Suzuki Hayabusa with a huge turbo and extended swing so it doesn't go up on the back wheel when he accelerates. That is the most insane accelerating vehicle we ever had on our GTBOARD events. And I think it did like 100 to 200 in like 3-4 seconds on GPS. And 350 kilometers per hour top speed on the airfield or something like that. Really just crazy. See how much it leaves a really fast sports car.
458 mot turbotrimmad Hayabusa.
Jag försökte tjuva lite där, men det är helt rätt så kul.
Ja, det är ju liksom...
If you add a huge turbo from a truck, from a large like Scania truck on a old reliable BMW M5 E34, you will get 1000 horsepower. Add also a huge gearbox from like some kind of American V8 3-speed gearbox. You will have a fast car. Put it against a really fast bike and you still have problems catching the bike.
P800 GTR versus bike.
Between a fast car and a really fast bike.
A really fast bike. Something isn't stuck.
Here we have our Russian friends again in the Lamborghini Gallardo Superleggera, which he has tuned for over 200,000–300,000 euros on top of the new price of the Gallardo. It has around or over 1,500 horsepower on two-wheel drive only because the four-wheel drive system was broken down at the time. We raced that against a turbo-equipped Suzuki GSXR, and if the stretch would be longer, he could have caught him. But the speeds are just way too high already, and in this little comparison to do anything more of it. It was scary enough.
We kick him ass.
Yeah, we kick his ass.
With no problem.
Yeah, turbo bike, 290 horsepower against underground racing Gallardo. And we will kick his butt. that we lost boost.
The Nissan GTR with 530 horsepower can easily be chip-tuned, just as these Russians did. They raced the BMW S1000 RR, and we already knew who was the clear winner, so we wanted to play a little bit with the Russians to get them to talk a bit Russian. So we did a back wheel drive the whole stretch. It's a fun video.
Thank you.
We have this technical genius, Bernd, from Austria, who came up all the way from Austria in this AMS Alpha 13. Nissan GTR with over 1,300 horsepower with race gas. We pitted against the BMW S1000 RR with a mediocre driver at first.
So we are now doing a test run in the Alpha AMS 12 Plus versus the BMW RR 1100. Just a test run to test the traction of the car before the actual race starts. How much? 320. Really? That?
Yeah.
Oh,
When I brake.
that's quite fast because in a short
I
run.
say to you, it
Yeah.
is faster than average. But I see to him, but
I mean, it was not even half the track.
yeah, I say that it's much too long. It's much too long.
Yeah.
Now it's my turn to ride in the AMS Alpha 13 Plus, the Nissan GTR with over 1,300 horsepower. It's shocking how comfortable it is, and less than half the stretch of the runway it did over 320 in zero time. Full stability control was on all the time, so it was no drama at all. And you can see how it leaves the S1000 RR without problems. And no cars have done that before. Sitting here with Bernd in AMS Alpha 12 Plus. So this is stock, right?
Yeah,
Versus S1000 RR stock. matchups like the coming one happens like one in 50 years. I was lucky to get connected to a Bugatti Veyron Vitesse owner who owned a brand new Bugatti Veyron Vitesse with 1,200 horsepower. It's the most expensive Bugatti you can order today. It's 2.2 million euros. It's painted in the world record edition of the Veyron Supersport, black and orange. I really didn't know what to expect here. I really thought we should take this S1000RR. We have an expert driver on the S1000RR, a road racing pro in the best superbike that is for sale. It's not the HP4 version, but still it's a regular S1000RR. And I really wanted to try this many times to see when we can beat the bike. Of course we would beat him eventually, but the stretch was just too short. Let's see this when we go all out, the first race. Bugatti Veyron Vitesse versus BMW S1000RR from 50 km/h. Okay, Bugatti Veyron Supersport versus... What's the mods on this one? What's the modifications?
Only muffler.
Only muffler.
Yeah, otherwise stop.
But we will beat you anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, from 50. Let's go. You can just keep picking from here as well. Yeah, but bikes doesn't sound nice, so I'm close to the window.
Yeah.
Cars sound nice. Yeah, he has a bit too much of adrenaline, this biker. Yeah, it doesn't worry. Looking for satellite, you know.
Yeah.
We'll fix it later. So keep the left lane, and yeah, it's rather that we have a little head start than him a head start. So, but you know what? At the line there, we will floor it. I love this Veyron sound. It's wee. Okay. Go, 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 go. We should next time we'll cheat a bit. That's like half a second before, yeah. But I think the start was pretty even, but it looks like a bit faster. So we'll just try to start a bit earlier. But we go slowly back.
Yeah.
And vi kör ett till. I love it in the Veyron with this, it's a vent here, it's a fan here.
Yeah, right.
I never noticed it.
Yeah.
Really nice. Oh, he's going on the back. He's crazy.
Yeah.
So let's go in where we went in. So I wanted to do this race again and start a little bit earlier than the bike and see if we had a better chance. You can always see that between 250 and 300 km/h with the Veyron Vitesse, you are closing in quite fast on the S1000RR. But the stretch was simply too short. Okay, go, go, go. Everything is fine. So what was the speed reading? Did you see?
I hadn't taken a look at it.
No, yeah. Wow, this was a crazy race. We got them in the end, didn't we?
Yeah.
So just for good measure we could do it. Vi tog det i slutet! Oj! Ja, vi kör en gång till då. You have a lot of fuel. We can do it one. We did it the last time.
Yeah.
And we will cheat it as well. So to do a definite closure of the ultimate showdown versus the most expensive car for sale today and the fastest superbike from the best manufacturer we did a third race with quite a huge head start from the Bugatti. You can see the Bugatti really gains better over 250 km per hour, but still a well-driven S1000RR is impossible to take on even if you're driving a Bugatti Veyron Vitesse. However, if you put one person extra on the S1000RR, just as in the Bugatti, the story is completely different, but I don't want to be a passenger on that bike.
Yeah, it's important to have him on the side so he crashes into the car.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the start last time was very good. Like
Yeah.
something kind of like that. We cheated like maybe 1 or 2 car lengths.
But I mean, yeah, it's a fast bike.
It is.
Gustav Super Races shows you the world's fastest cars put against each other in adrenaline-filled drag races. Gustav runs a successful YouTube channel with soon over 200 million views and a great reputation within the world of racing. In this show, he will present the best races he's ever organized, with rare supercars from Bugatti, Koenigsegg, Ferrari, and other top brands. These races share a unique look with the raw performance of the world's fastest cars.